Hey, what is up guys? It is Chris Starfire here. And if you're in the market for a new server, this is the server we play on. If you think you can rate us, because I get 1,000 people claiming to have rated me every day. If you want to start new on PvX, this is the server. 4 times XP, 3 times harvest, max tribe is 7, 5 times hatching, 5 times maturing, 3 times imprint, tribe imprint, cave building, 1.25 speed days, 3 speed night, and no weather. Perfect server. Come join us. Come play. Let's PvP. So a lot of people always ask me, Chris, why don't you ever show your PvP moments? And the question to that is either I am not recording or the recording failed. Right now, this is a base we're able to blow through the front and pretty much soak most of the turrets and blow them up. But you're not going to see any of those cool clips because Arc Recorder always fails. Sometimes I'll even have 2 recorders going just to see if I can actually get any footage. But yeah, this is our 3rd raid on this server and I will say we are doing pretty good. I'm not sure how this guy was able to build up this base so big because looking around he didn't really have much. He must have had a lot of tribe mates because there wasn't much here. Yeah. And he was able to decently fortify it. It was about a medium raid. We didn't really need much. Our Bronto has over 20k health, and pretty much with that and just soaking and staying back and destroying the generators, we're pretty much able to do this. If he had airy turrets, that would be a whole new thing, but luckily he didn't have airy turrets. Okay, so we know our last clip saved, so we should be able to get that in a couple seconds. But this is our throne. Now we don't want this guy building on our server anymore. It's not really our server, but you know, we're kind of the alphas here. So we're going to completely wipe him down to base to every single wall that's around. Yeah, he's Turkish, I believe, and there's a random raptor there that's probably gonna beat us up in a couple. Yep. Need to freaking bully you, bro. And he hopped on me, bullied him, and our Giga. Thanks, bro. Is right there to help. And something just broke. I'm guessing it wasn't the generator. It was the generator that either ran out of fuel or I think a cable line broke. That's what happened. But yeah, he should. Okay, there's some stuff up there. You don't really need the fertilizer. You should probably just work on the foundations because the entire thing is probably gonna fall down. And with each PvP move we make on PvX servers, we always have to be quick because zone always switches pretty fast. And once zone switches, although you can still pick up the stuff you've already broken, you can't damage the base anymore. And is that Enzo? Guess he went offline or his game crashed a lot, it seems. But let's look at some of the loot we got. A text foundation, some plume. You know, decent stuff, decent stuff. He's back awake, okay. So, as I said before, not much in here. It's kind of disappointing. I don't know how we got plume because these dodos are small, but very high levels. I'm not gonna revive that. Entertainment, nah, it's a waste. I already have a full deck of dodos at home. About 1.68 is the biggest one I have at the moment because they actually take, even on boosted raids, they actually take a ridiculous amount to breed up. Yeah, an electric rod, some type of saddle. Man, my friend Turan is saying over hi to YouTube, but he doesn't realize the recording failed the first time. But you know, it's alright, that's all good. Dodo arrows, let's see what else is in here. Some blueprints. Some, very small amount. If you're watching this, whoever we raided, I can't remember your name, but you're kind of trash, dude. I don't know what type of loot this is, but I swear they must have a second base because for a base this size, I mean, he couldn't have been grinded with primitive everything. I mean, there was a box full of tools and it was still primitive tools too, like primitive sword. I mean, my pickaxe does more damage than a primitive sword, so I don't know what's going on here. He had an electric prod, but not anything decent. So yeah, we're gonna leave a little note for you. He probably is not gonna even read this because my friend says he's Turkish. Yeah. Take this out, bro. Right there, and probably feed him some narcotics. Should we give him back his dodo? Nah. Let's feed him some narcotics so he's knocked out. Whenever you log into a game and you're knocked out, you already know something bad's about to happen. Or the worst thing is when you're getting raided and you load back into the game and it shows you an ad while somebody's PvPing your base and they just walk up to you and kill you, which has actually happened to me before. I'm sure he's gonna want to write it since he speaks Turkish. Or if Turkish is even the language. Don't know what the language is. Okay guys, so at this point of the video, I think we're safe to give his base a review. So I'm going to tell him where he went wrong and why we're able to raid him. First things first, stone battlement is not good. It's not good, bro. It takes like 4c4 if you have a high level Giga. As I told you guys, I had a swamp base and it got raided by a wild Giga because someone alerted onto my base. And Gigas literally destroy stone pretty decently. So he wrecked through that thing real quick. What else am I going to say? Turrets, make your turret towers, guys. Without turret towers, you're left defenseless. If he had a couple turret towers everywhere, it would have been good. But instead, he had a couple on the roof and some on the ground. I think he had a one turret tower, and one turret tower isn't enough. Of course, they have patched the floating turret towers, so you do have to keep them on the ground. But a turret tower is a turret tower. Another thing I will say is Plant X is actually good when with turrets. Not because it's actually going to kill people, but it does lag out the game a lot. And besides lagging out the game, another thing that will do that are the bear traps, which I see he does have over here. Which is good job by him, but he needs a little bit more in the bigger ones. If he was able to trap our Giga a couple times, we probably have had trouble. And able to trap our Bronto a couple times, we would have probably had trouble raiding him. And he has stone right there, which is not good at all. It's either metal or nothing. And besides just having regular metal, you want to make sure you also stack the metal at the points of entry. If you can't do it with your entire base, make sure the points of entry, as I said, rather have a small fortified base than a big one like this. He could have cut this size in half because he practically didn't have anything in the base or any tames. He could have cut this size in half and just, I think he could have at least 3 stacked this one to get a decent size base. Yeah. And of course, do pursuits for better weapons and stuff. And yeah, I think his base was pretty much a 5 out of 10. Not really good, but not completely terrible, you know. As I said earlier, we are wiping this guy down to the very last foundation, including his stone battlement over here. As I said, it does take 4c4, but then again, there are a lot of animals that can eat through stone, so you also want to try using those. This is our Giga milkshake, and although he has the buff, I'm guessing he's lazy and wants me to do it, but whatever. They should probably get the second arthro and would probably take down his base quicker than what we are doing at the moment. He double stacked his walls, which I guess is kind of smart, but I mean, man, it doesn't really matter if they can get over your wall. There's still it's you just have to kill them or make it so dangerous for them that they can't enter. I mean, we could still just fly over his wall, and to soak we did need to break his wall, but I mean, just not stone battlement. You're better off with the gate and more turrets. At first I did think it was good when I first started playing the game, but nah, it's not that great. And he's doing a decent amount of damage on this thing right here. I am kind of in the middle, so I should be damaging both of them at the same time. 2,662k now from 20k. A little bit more. And this Giga honestly isn't even that strong. I don't have an imprinted on. Getting even closer. 186. You see, he's doing definitely over 70. Not sure exactly how much. Yeah, definitely over 70 for sure. Looks like I'm hungry. Okay. A little bit more. Come on, hurry up. Surprisingly, he hasn't run out of stamina yet. You know, Gigas and their bloody friggin' stamina pissed me off. 292, 217, 1467, and there we go. And we weren't doing enough damage to the second wall because it is a 7k. But for those other two walls, I'm pretty sure if we eat them to like the side, we should damage all three of them. I hope I'm damaging all three of them. Oh, he just took out a chunk right there. You guys see that metal fall? Pretty clean if I say so myself. We might need 2 gigas for this, just to make it a little bit quicker. Anyway guys, this is a majority of the end loot. We ended up with a couple BPs. I'm only going to show you guys a decent one. Of course there are mats and stuff as usual, but you know, not really needed. Our Neo sat are really good. It's Halloween, probably from the loot drop this month. What else? A lot of narcotics. A lot of narcotics. Some meat right here. Keep scrolling. Set a creature. We got some cuddle bears. Yeah, that's our creature actually. We got some 2 cuddle bears right there. Brand new. Some even more BPs. The soothing is really good. I think that's 15 times. No, even higher. What's the one you buy? It costs 40 amber, so definitely worth it. A rocket. Yeah, 15. That was correct the first time. Some more armor, mostly armor, some weapons, and some tames right here. These are still ours. But I'm pretty sure we killed some of his tames and kept the implants because they were decent. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank y'all for watching. It's your boy, Chris Starfire. Peace out.